Kazakhstan has ratified the interim trade agreement between the Eurasian Economic Union and Iran. This will significantly expand and strengthen markets of Kazakhstan and Iran, experts say. The agreement ensures lowering of import duties on both sides. Tehran is offering tariff preferences for 864 items coming from Kazakhstan. In the next 3 years, with a lower duty rate, Kazakhstan will import beef, mutton, legumes, vegetable oils, pasta and confectionery products, as well as rails, batteries and fitments to the Iranian market. In return, Kazakhstan and the Eurasian Economic Union member countries will lower import duties on Iran's 502 items. Iran will be able to export pistachios, dates, figs, raisins, shrimps, as well as dishes, household chemicals and carpets. This agreement is beneficial to both Iran and Kazakhstan. The economical advantage is obvious, which is the development of the market, strengthening of the relations, and also strengthening of the positions. When there is unreasonable pressure on Iran from some countries which negatively affect the country's economy, it is very gratifying to see truly competent politicians who understand that Iran can be a good financial partner. Discussion on the contract first started at the Astana Economic Forum in 2018. The temporary agreement on a free trade zone between the Eurasian Economic Union and Iran was signed in the capital of Kazakhstan. Back then, experts were only talking about prospects of such cooperation. Politicians said that the agreement was not only an economically important step, but also a strategic one.
President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, President Nazarbayev.
If you look at the situation not only in terms of economy and finance, the cooperation will help to popularize Kazakh and Iranian products. People will find out how rich Iran is, and we will learn more about the potential of Kazakhstan. Secondly, this will bring our states closer and will raise the level of trade relations with Kazakhstan and other Eurasian Economic Union member countries. The volume of mutual trade between Kazakhstan and Iran amounted to more than $516 million in 2018. Experts believe that this figure may increase several times with the permanent agreement on a free trade zone entering into force. Within a year after ratification, the parties will begin negotiations on the permanent agreement on the free trade zone. A unique fish farm facility has been launched in Kazakhstan. The organic production enterprise is located on the northern coast of the Kapshagay Reservoir in the Almaty region. The area of 7 hectares is allocated for growing fish breeds such as barramundi, striped bass, tilapia, jade bass, pike perch, and Australian red-clawed crab, which is known as a mini lobster. Experts say that the fish farming facility strictly complies with international standards. It is located in the ecologically clean area. The fish feeds on organic food. The water temperature is 27 to 28 degrees Celsius all year round. The water is cleared through bioloading. This is a modern aquaculture. The water is saturated with oxygen, filtered and reused. Special conditions for the fry growth are created as well. They're grown in artificial pools where the water passes through several steps of purification. The workers at the farm have gained a lot of experience in similar industries abroad. They have studied the technologies and applied them in the local climatic conditions. We are forming our broodstock. In this fry shop, we carry out the cultivation of fry perch fish. We import fish stock from Israel, Thailand and Vietnam. This aquarium farm is an experimental workshop. Here we test our feed on different types of the fish and determine the rate of growth. Farmers are planning to export more than 1,500 tons of products to Kazakhstan's market this autumn. In the future, the fish will be exported to the Eurasian Economic Union member countries. Farmers are harvesting fruits and vegetables in the Turkistan region. Products of the local gardeners are being sold out straight from the fields. They are in demand not only in the domestic market but also in the neighboring countries. The region has delivered approximately 200 tons of melons to foreign markets. Agrarians say that climatic conditions of the Turkistan region are favorable for growing cotton as well as fruits, berries, melons and vegetables.
Атап өтетін болсақ, Новосибирск, Москва, Красноярск, Хабаровск
We have exported part of our products to Russian cities like Moscow, Novosibirsk, Krasnoyarsk, Khabarovsk, and Perm. Part of the crop is delivered to markets of Nur-Sultan, Almaty, and northern Kazakhstan. In total, this year, we're planning to collect 1.2 million tons of melons. In the Turkistan region, fruit and berry plantations occupy the large area of nearly 30,000 hectares. Plums are ripening right now. Up to 30 to 35 tons of horticultural crops are harvested per hectare. Experts say that the summer variety is the most popular plum.
Our
main goal is to provide the domestic market with our fruits and berries at affordable prices. We have work to do all the time. First we collect apricots, then plums, and then we collect apples and grapes. Farmer Kanati Mankulov is involved in cultivation of watermelons. The head of the farm said that yields have increased significantly this summer. 30 tons of berries will be collected from 1 hectare. They're sweet and juicy. In addition, they're organic, say local farmers. Kazakh watermelons are sold in local markets. Now they're being prepared for export to the neighboring countries. Then instead of watermelons, we will plant mango beans. Now tomatoes grow on 1 hectare. They will ripen soon. This year the weather has been really good for us. In addition to melons and watermelons, other types of crops are ripening in the Turkistan region. The region's farmers are harvesting apricots, cabbage, cucumbers, tomatoes, eggplants, and potatoes. They used to be exported only to the CIS countries. Now they're being exported to the European countries such as Germany, Latvia, and Belarus. Kyrgyzstan is increasing exports of berries. In the north of the country, the local farmers are harvesting the first yield of strawberries, raspberries, and cherries. The berry business brings a good income, the local farmers say. 1 hectare gives 15 to 20 tons of strawberries. The best result is 30 tons. We have 3 varieties of the raspberries: Hercules, Monomax Hat, and Cap. They give fruits until late autumn and even until the first snow. The majority of products are exported to Kazakhstan. Starting from this year, agreements were made on the exports to Russia. Now farmers are planning to expand production. Yermekbek Raimijanov's 800 fruit trees give a rich harvest of sweet cherries and peaches. He says that buyers from neighboring countries line up for his products.
Приехали китайцы, составили договор, дали нам код.
Chinese buyers came here recently. We concluded a contract. They have assigned us a code and registered our products. With this code, they will buy our cherries every year.
Будут забирать у нас черешню.
Now we have a logistics center in the region. Products from farmers are brought and stored in the center. Then these products are exported abroad. New markets have emerged for the Kyrgyz farmers since Kyrgyzstan joined the Eurasian Economic Union. Production and exports of fruits and vegetables have grown ever since. Over 250,000 tons of cherries, strawberries, and peaches, as well as more than 1 million tons of cucumbers, potatoes, were harvested in the Republic last year. Kyrgyz healthcare is progressing as advanced technologies, modern diagnostic methods, and latest treatment techniques are being developed and applied in the country. Some 20 years ago, a Kyrgyz patient with serious health conditions had to travel to foreign clinics. Now such patients can receive quality treatment in their home country. Local surgeons of the Plastic Surgery Center in Bishkek recently conducted a complex operation. They restored the fingers of a patient. He was an emergency patient. Now the patient's condition is optimal. He is walking, his hand is functioning. The recovery of the nerves will take some time, and then he will feel his hand again. Experts say that functions of the fingers can be restored 100% only in 3 out of 10 cases. Tunaybek Almazov is one of the lucky ones. The Kyrgyz microsurgeons could fully save his toes. I arrived with serious conditions. I was unconscious. I want to thank Dr. Akbar Mamatovich. He saved me. All the functions of my toes were restored. Now I feel all of my toes. Local microsurgeons receive up to 20 patients. The patients come with injuries of different complexity, the doctors say. The surgeons manage to restore not only human fingers, but also noses and ears. Equestrian tourism is a new trend catching on in Kazakhstan. A unique horse expedition titled Kylie Kazakhstan has been launched in the country. The tour is designed for 10 days. As part of the first expedition, a team of famous travelers, bloggers and journalists will go on tour to the Akmola, Karaganda and Pavlodar regions on horses. They will visit two picturesque national parks, Birotau and Bayanawol. Horse riders will travel 50 to 60 kilometers a day with stops in nearby villages. Based on the results of the expedition, the travelers will develop some of the most optimal routes for equestrian tourism in the country.
Конный маршрут и конный туризм, он в мире очень привлекательный.
Equestrian routes and tourism are very popular in the world. After the completion of the expedition, all the results will be sent to the business community to attract investors, so the project can be monetized in the future.
Давать и делать вот этот вот возврат инвестиций, который вот мы сегодня вкладываем со стороны государства.
On June 29th, the participants will arrive at the final destination of the route, Lake Jasubai, in the Pavlodar region. The project authors say the expedition will be of great importance in reviving equestrianism and promoting Kazakhstan as an attractive tourism destination. Tourism development is gaining momentum in Kazakhstan. Many travel agents from other countries are studying the tourism opportunities in the Central Asian country. Marina Milchenko is a travel agent from Russia. She intends to attract tourists from Tyumen. This time, Marina came to explore beach vacation options in the Balkhash resort area.
Пока до вас добирались, проверили на себе и ЖД-транспорт.
We've tried traveling by train and bus to Kazakhstan. We've been offered air tours. We're planning to organize these types of travel options for our tourists.
Наверное, такие туры для разных категорий туристов.
Mongolian travel agencies are willing to cooperate with Kazakhstan. They are interested in the picturesque lands and local sites and traditions.
28 елден жылына 2500-3000 туристер аламыз.
3,000 tourists from different countries come to visit Mongolia. We introduce them to Kazakh customs and traditions. Tourists get confused when they're introduced to Kazakh traditions in Mongolia, so we want to bring them here. Kazakh and foreign travel agents are in Balkhash to discuss the prospects of the Balkhash resort development. More than 70 companies from 5 countries participated in the meeting. Experts shared their opinions on raising the service level, increasing the number of visitors, and making the region even more attractive.
Прежде всего, конечно, нужна концентрация усилий государства совместно с бизнесом.
Cooperation between the government and entrepreneurs is the most important step. The government will provide with the necessary infrastructure. Construction of roads leading to tourist sites and reconstruction of railways and airports are crucial. The coast of the Lake Balkhash is in the list of top 10 destinations to visit in Kazakhstan according to the national program. 5 billion tenge will be invested in the local infrastructure. Additional 6 billion tenge of private investments will be attracted for the construction of new facilities.
Сейчас разработана новая программа по экономике простых вещей. Государством выделено 600
There's a new program on economics of simple things. The government has allocated 600 billion tenge. One of the prioritized areas in the program includes the subsidized interest rate of 6% for investors who want to build facilities in the Balkhash resort area. Nearly 100,000 people spend their vacation in the Balkhash area every year. In 10 years, the tourist flow will increase 4 times, the officials believe. The 16th Asian Logic Conference ended in the capital of Kazakhstan. More than 100 mathematicians from 30 different countries, including Kazakhstan, the United Kingdom, Japan, South Korea, Canada, China, and India took part in it. Participants presented their developments in mathematical and philosophical logic.
Очень высокий уровень, очень хорошие результаты, причем в разных направлениях, и связанные с
This is a very high-level event. There are very good results in different areas related to the theory of the model and computability. I believe it is very important that the young mathematicians from different countries interact and create joint projects.
Из разных стран взаимодействовали вместе, могли работать, какие-то создавали совместные проекты.
The conference provided participants with an opportunity to exchange information and opinions in many areas of logical research, discuss the current state of the mathematical science in Kazakhstan and the world.
Сейчас казахстанская наука по алгебре.
Level of science development in algebra and mathematical logic is very high in Kazakhstan, and that is a known fact in the world. A great number of people gathered here from across Kazakhstan, including Almaty, Uzbek, and Karaganda.
Из Караганды приехали, из разных городов.
The next meeting of the mathematicians at the 17th Asian Logic Conference will take place in Japan in 3 years. This year, Fort Shevchenko in the Mangystau region will mark 160th birthday of poet and narrator Muryn Zhyrau Sengirbayev. He wrote 40 Warriors of Crimea, epic series of legends common among the Turkic peoples of the Volga region, the North Caucasus, Western Siberia, and Kazakhstan. The epic was dedicated to the founder of Nogai Horde, Yedege. Local authorities have decided to restore the famous poet's house in honor of his 160th birth anniversary. The new museum will showcase to the locals and visitors the household and private items that once belonged to Muryn Zhyrau. The forge with which the poet made jewelry is one of the most valuable exhibits. The project worth 180 million tenge will be finished by autumn. Festive events will be organized to mark 160th anniversary of the author's 40 Warriors of Crimea. His house is under restoration. The museum is significant for the locals and all the Kazakhs. The museum will popularize the poet's legacy among younger generations. Filming of the historical series about Kasym Khan will start soon in the Turkistan region. Well-known Turkish film director Muryn Zhyrau, who directed Ertugrul series, will work on the Kazakh film project. It will consist of 4 seasons and 75 episodes per season. All the actors involved in the filming are Kazakh.
Kendi yaşadığı gerçek toprak ve coğrafyada çekmek için.
I am glad to be here. I appreciate that I get to know this region. Kazakhs and Turkish people share one history. We will start filming the series about this grand historical person soon. The crew are looking for the places and locations that will be right for filming. This is a very big project and has a historical significance. Turkish director Muryn Zhyrau has written the script for the film and visited such historical cities such as Otrar, Sarayshik and Sauran. The film crew is getting prepared. Development of the costume designs and props is underway. Uzbek traditional fabrics such as silk, adras, satin, and bekasam are in high demand around the world. Local needlewoman Ikhtiora Khodjayeva continues the tradition of her ancestors of making unique Uzbek fabrics. She acquired the skill and learned the craft from her mother. She keeps improving it day by day. Ikhtiora is working on designing the modern-day Uzbek clothing.
Я занимаюсь этим с детства. Я когда была маленькая, моя мама.
I've been doing this since my childhood. Since I was a little girl, I observed my mother making beautiful dresses from satin and Uzbek ethnic fabrics. These dresses were Uzbek style. This is why I keep this tradition and I want to pass it on to the next generation. Ethnic fabrics symbolize Uzbek culture and traditions. A woman in satin clothes can be identified as an Uzbek representing the Uzbek culture.
Каждая женщина может понять, и каждый человек может понять, что это идет узбекская женщина, и что это узбекская культура.
Ikhtiora Khodjayeva shares her mastery and love to the ethnic traditions with the younger generation. She organizes master classes where she tells about the history of the craft.
Любая девушка в узбекском
Every girl from an Uzbek family should know how to decorate clothes. Families teach their young daughters at an early age these traditions so that they can pass them from one generation to another, from a grandmother to a granddaughter.
В поколение. От матери к дочери и так далее, от бабушки к внучке.
Handiwork master classes taking place in the Uzbek Ethnic Cultural Center are organized with the support of the Mothers' Council. Everyone is welcome to learn how to sew here.